If you truly want to change your life, you don't need to be seen more, you need to disappear. Because the most powerful transformations don't happen under the spotlight. They happen in silence, when no one is watching. The world tells you to post, to prove, to perform. But let me tell you this, the strongest version of you is not created by noise. It is forged in the quiet. When you step back, cut off the distractions, and rebuild yourself from the inside out. This isn't about running away from life. It's about creating the space to meet the person you were always meant to become. And when you reappear, the world won't even recognize you. Most people are terrified of disappearing. They believe if they step back, they'll fall behind. If they stop posting, stop proving, stop showing up in the endless noise of the world, they'll be forgotten. But here's the truth. Sometimes the most courageous decision you can make is to vanish from the crowd so you can finally hear your own voice again. Think about it. Everywhere you look, people are performing. Social media has turned life into a stage where everyone is auditioning for approval. They post their highlight reels, their filtered achievements, their polished smiles, and what happens? You start comparing your behind the scenes to their show. You begin chasing their applause instead of your purpose. The more you try to keep up with the noise, the further you drift from who you really are. Disappearing is not about running away, it's about reclaiming your focus. It's about cutting off the endless chatter long enough to ask yourself, who am I becoming? What am I really building? Am I living for their approval or my own destiny? When you choose to step back, even for a short season, you are making a bold statement. I will no longer be defined by outside voices. I will find myself in silence. Look at history. Great transformations rarely happened in front of an audience. Think about Steve Jobs. After being fired from Apple, he disappeared from the spotlight, built Next and Pixar, and returned stronger than ever to create the world's most valuable company. Think about Nelson Mandela. He spent 27 years in silence behind prison walls. And when he reappeared, he transformed not only himself, but an entire nation. The world saw the results, but the real work happened while no one was watching. That's the paradox of disappearing. The world may think you've gone quiet, but in reality, you're doing the loudest work of your life. The kind of work that builds strength, disciplina, and clarity. The kind of work that prepares you for the next version of yourself. But make no mistake, disappearing takes courage. Because it means saying no when everyone else is saying yes. It means stepping into solitude when the crowd is screaming for attention. It means letting go of the fear of missing out and embracing the deeper fear, the fear of wasting your life by never discovering who you truly are. When you disappear, you strip away the distractions. You discover which friendships are genuine and which ones only existed when you were convenient. You learn how much energy you used to waste trying to explain yourself to people who never really understood you. And slowly, in the silence, you begin to see yourself more clearly. You realize you don't need to prove anything. You need to become something. Think of it like a seed planted deep in the soil. From the outside, it looks like nothing is happening. But under the surface, transformation is taking place. Roots are forming. Strength is being built. Life is preparing to burst through. That's what disappearing does for your soul. It gives you time, underground time, to root yourself so that when you re-emerge, you are unshakable. The courage to disappear is not about giving up. It's about preparing for the breakthrough. It's about removing yourself from the noise long enough to hear your inner compass. And here's the part most people don't understand. You don't owe the world constant updates. You don't have to announce every move you're making. Silence is not weakness. It's strategy. So let me ask you this. What would happen if, for the next 90 days, you stopped explaining and started building? What would happen if you disappeared from the opinions, the gossip, the endless scrolling, and instead poured all of that energy into your craft, your health, your mind, your vision? I'll tell you what would happen when you reappear. You won't just come back, you'll come back unrecognizable. That is the courage to disappear, to walk away from the stage, step into the shadows, and build in silence until your results speak louder than your words ever could. Silence is not emptiness, it is power. And one of the first disciplines you must master when you choose to disappear is the discipline of your words, because words are not just sounds, they are energy. Every time you speak about your dreams, your energy either builds momentum or it leaks away. Think about how many times you've told someone, I'm going to start this business, I'm going to lose the weight, I'm going to write the book. For a moment, it feels good. You get a quick rush of validation. Someone nods. Someone claps. Someone says, that's amazing. But here's the hidden danger. Your brain interprets that praise as if you've already achieved something. You feel accomplished without ever doing the work, and slowly, without realizing it, you trade real progress for the illusion of progress. That's why successful people are often so quiet. They aren't mysterious. For no reason, they understand a simple truth. The more you talk, the less you do. The more you broadcast your plans, the more you drain the focus that should be going into execution. Imagine you're carrying a torch. Every time you share your vision prematurely, it's like poking holes in the flame's container. The fire doesn't vanish immediately, but it weakens. It flickers. It becomes vulnerable to the wind. Your words can either protect the flame or expose it. Silence, then, becomes your shield. Look at entrepreneurs, athletes, and leaders who change the world. Rarely will you find them broadcasting their next move on social media before it's real.
My question was always, could I become committed to the process of what I was doing without being emotionally attached to the results of what I was doing? In other words, if I didn't get what I thought I was going to get, can I still show up and be just as dedicated, just as committed, and just as on fire as I was at day one? Right? Because everybody knows how to respond when they get what they're supposed to get and things go the way it's supposed to go. I think that's the reason the quote says you judge the character of a person not by where they stand in times of comfort and convenience. You judge the character of a person by where they stand in times of challenge and controversy. You got some of the most brilliant people on the face of this planet. When they hit adversity, they can't fight themselves out of a paper bag. And it's not even that they don't have the will, like they got it. It's that the perspective about the adversity isn't right. And I firmly believe perspective drives performance every day of the week. How an individual view what they do will always affect how they do what they do.
Everybody want to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do. Everybody want to be a beast. Everybody got tattoos of lions. Lions all on their Twitter face, but everybody got the lion thing now they tweet now. Roar. But when it's time to practice, you ain't on beast mode. Can I be real with y'all? Most of y'all think that a lion is who he is because of how ferocious he is when he catch that gazelle, when he catch that zebra. Can I be real with y'all? If a lion see an animal that's wounded, or a real hunter see an animal that's wounded, what do? They don't kill him. Why don't they kill him? He already hurt. And they beast. A part of being a beast just ain't eating a gazelle. A part of being a beast is the hunts. It's the hunt that they're excited about. Because real lions like to hunt. They love the process just as much as they love the prize. And some of y'all just want to score. You don't like the process.
The most important question to ask is what pain do you want in your life? What are you willing to struggle for? Anything worthwhile is going to require some degree of pain and struggle. So, if you're oriented toward the pain and the struggle, you're probably going to be more aligned with what you're capable of accomplishing rather than if you just orient toward the pleasures.
You've got to want it as bad as you want to breathe. And if you want it that bad, if you're willing to give it that much, you get a big piece of what you want. And life and dreams do come true. Anything you want can happen and become a reality. I believe that sincerely, and I'll die on that thought.
Why people fall off the wagon so often is because their mind is full of shit. There's no room in that mind for discipline. There's no room for consistency. They may do it once or twice, but then the mind takes over and that cluttered fucking garage comes in, and then it's like a circuit breaker, man. The circuit breaker just overloads and it fucking sparks. And our minds, that's our mind, man. It's like a fucking circuit breaker that has so much shit in it, you keep on loading it, you can't put any more into it. So I talk about it in there, man, so much about clearing space in your fucking mind so then you have room for all those discipline, waking up early, taking those, because they do mean something. But we don't get to that fucking dark matter that is keeping you from clearing out that mental garage.
You can't stop. You can't quit. You can't say, I'm a failure. You're not a failure. You're not. You're a wonderful, strong, intelligent youngster. Take advantage of that. Trust in God. Trust in yourself. And step forward.
And as I've said since day one, it's motivation is a feeling that comes and goes, and it doesn't matter whether it's there or not. Discipline is infinitely more important. So no matter how you feel, get up and do what you're supposed to do. That's it. And that's discipline. It's not motivation. If you only did what you were supposed to do when you were motivated to do it, that's leaving it to chance. But if you're disciplined, you go do what you're supposed to do. That's the way it works.
The reason why you are not disciplined to do the things that you need to do is because you don't love doing the things that you need to do. Okay, for instance, right? If you want to have discipline to go work out, people don't understand this. Love is the thing that fuels discipline, okay? You have to kill the old lazy person that does not love working out, and you have to become a new person mentally that loves working out. You love feeling that burn. You love making your body look better. And once you fall in love with making your body look better, once you fall in love with getting up early, actually lifting that heavy weight, actually doing 200 push-ups a day, 200 squats a day, once you fall in love with that and hypnotize yourself and fall in love with that, now you will have the discipline to go do that every single day, even the days that you don't want to go do that.
Yeah. I don't care how good you are in anything, you don't have discipline, you ain't nobody.
Right.
You're nothing without discipline, because you give up on the slightest struggle without discipline.
I mean, you see, people, the average person, and I understand this, I do not consider myself to be other than an average person. None of us should really. We all think we're a little smarter than we are. But you feel that, well, gee, isn't it just great to, you know, to have enough money to afford to live in a very nice house and to be able to play golf and to have nice parties and to wear good clothes and shoes and suits, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, or travel if you want to. And the answer is, if you don't have those things, then they can mean a great deal to you. When you do have them, they mean nothing to you. To me, the unhappiest people of the world are those in the watering places, the international watering places like the south coast of France and Newport and Palm Springs and Palm Beach, going to parties every night, playing golf every afternoon, then bridge, drinking too much, talking too much, thinking too little, retired, no purpose. And so, while I know there are those who totally would disagree with this and say, gee, boy, if I could just be a millionaire, that would be the most wonderful thing. If I could just not have to work every day, if If I could just be out fishing or hunting or playing golf or traveling, that'd be the most wonderful life in the world. They don't know life. Because what makes life mean something is purpose, a goal, the battle, the struggle, even if you don't win it. I know a lot of people, and I can understand it, say, gee whiz, it just isn't fair, you know, for an individual to get off with a pardon simply because he happens to have been president. And when another individual goes to trial and maybe has to serve a prison sentence for it, I can understand how they feel. I can only say that no one in the world, no one in our history could know how I felt. No one could know how it feels to resign the presidency of the United States. Is that punishment enough? Oh, probably not. But whether it is or isn't, as I have said earlier in our interview, we have to live with not only the past, but for the future. And I don't know what the future brings, but whatever it brings, I'll still be fighting.
There's a video that I 100% legitimately play in my mind when I'm tired. I say good. Listen to this video. Have you ever heard this? It's amazing.
I don't think I have.
He would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on. And he'd say, boss, we got this and that and the other thing. And I'd look at him and I'd say, good. And finally one day he was telling me about some issue that he was having, some problem. And he said, I already know what you're going to say. And I said, well, what am I going to say? He said, you're going to say good. He said, that's what you always say. When something is wrong and going bad, you always just look at me and say good. And I said, well, yeah. When things are going bad, there's going to be some good that's going to come from it. Didn't get the new high-speed gear we wanted? Good. Didn't get promoted? Good. More time to get better. Oh, mission got canceled? Good. We can focus on another one. Didn't get funded. Didn't get the job you wanted. Got injured. Sprained my ankle. Got tapped out? Good. Got beat? Good. You learned. Unexpected problems? Good. We have the opportunity to figure out a solution.
Champion mentality. I am not bound to succeed, but I am bound to live up to the light that I have. Abraham Lincoln. Winning isn't once what I thought it was. I found it to be much more complex than our traditional definitions of success. A lot of people fall to their knees in tears after a big accomplishment, partly due to joy and gratitude, but a lot of what you see is relief and even fear. I don't say this to be cynical, but I've heard it from various people and experienced it myself. It's a crucial moment in a person's journey where you need to ask yourself what winning means to you. Otherwise, you get stuck in a hamster wheel, chasing a potentially non-existent result. What I've found is that winning doesn't happen on show day. It happens in those early mornings, painful workouts, long cardio sessions, and hungry nights. It happens in those moments of fear we all have when faced with a difficult goal, and then more so in what you make of that fear. It happens in every second of every day before you win. If you can take every opportunity you have to bring yourself closer to your goal, win every one of those opportunities, all while becoming more resilient in the process, how can you lose? That is an exciting opportunity. An exciting responsibility to find out what you're truly capable of. A medal around your neck and a trophy in your hands provides but a moment of relief. Maybe a surge of excitement, but one that will quickly and surely fade. Then you're back to square one and faced with new decisions. Can I do it again? Will I do it again? Again. Why? These are new challenges you face now. You are so focused on winning, you didn't plan for what comes next. After all that hell you just put yourself through, are you ready to do it again, but with more intensity? If you're not improving, you're falling behind now. You've shown the world what you're capable of, and expect nothing less. Another scary but exciting opportunity. Another opportunity to grow. You may have busted your ass and gotten lucky once, but that was then, and this is now. You can work 10 times smarter and harder than you did before, but you're still promised nothing. Entering hell blindly with no promise of what's on the other end is one thing, but getting to paradise and then choosing to turn back around into hell, full well knowing what to expect this time, with a pipe dream of a better paradise on the other end waiting for you, that's insanity. But history has a habit of calling ambitious people crazy. There's no guarantee of what you'll find on the other side of hell. You may even be crazy enough to learn that it was never hell to begin with. Maybe, just maybe, you can open your mind to the possibility that paradise is found in how you choose to look and act in this world. Paradise, like our goals, may not really be a destination, but an endless horizon we secretly don't want to reach. A never-ending reason to keep working and growing, with the intention not to accomplish goals, but to become someone who can accomplish any goal. Winning equally has no finish line. It's about the responsibility to ourselves to take control of what little things you can in this world, regardless of circumstance. To train your mind to switch your perspective and focus on being the absolute best you can be in the areas you do have control over. Having a champion mentality isn't about the trophies, medals, or success. It's about having no quit. It's not letting anyone hear you complain, standing up for all you believe in, living in your truth, and setting the standard at which you operate at for everything in your life. It's about willingly choosing to do every single thing within your power to achieve your end result. At the end of it all, you may just find that the trophies and money were never the prize you wanted, but rather the journey and the mentality you built along the way with everything you ever needed.
Come on, Chris. Come on, 2 more. Come on, let's go. Finish strong.
No one is going to beat you at being you. Find what feels like play to you, but looks like work to others. So it looks like work to them, but to you it feels like play. It's not work. So you're going to outcompete them because you're doing it effortlessly. You're doing it for fun. They're doing it for work. They're doing it for some byproduct. To you, it's art, it's beauty, it's joy, it's flow, it's fulfilling. The more you do things that are natural to you, the less competition you have. Just figure out what it is that you naturally do that the world might want, that you can scale up and turn into a product, and it'll eventually be effortless for you. Yes, there's always work required, but it won't even feel like work to you. It'll feel like play to you. You escape competition through authenticity, by being your own self. If I had to summarize how to be successful in life in 2 words, I would just say productize yourself. That's it.
There's people out there that are just working harder than everybody else, and they're gonna keep doing it.
Be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
You know, and those people are super valuable because they change everybody's perspective of like what's possible, what to strive for, and what it takes. Like, do you really want to be a champion? Why? Because you just want to be cool? You want to be the coolest guy on the block? Like, you're not going to win. You're going to find some fucking psychopath who just lives it. It's their whole life. And if it's not your whole life, get out. Get out.
And so I just want you to remember that average is the enemy Success is your responsibility, and change can take place in an instant if you are willing to flip the switch.
This next generation is just such a fucking group of pussies, man. Because of that, there's never been more opportunity than there is right now. If you're a fucking savage and you get out there and you grind hard and you want it bad enough, you can run all these guys over, man.
It's you against you. You against you. And if you misunderstand that, you have a real problem. It's so easy to be great nowadays, my friend, because most people are weak. Most people don't want to go to that extra mile. Most people don't want to find that extra because it sucks. It's miserable. It's lonely. You have to struggle. You have to struggle. The bigger the struggle, the bigger the peace. The bigger the suffering, the more peace. Real problem. I can understand you misunderstand me running down the street, shirt off. Fuck this, no, yeah. I can get it. I get it. If you misunderstand what I'm saying right now today, the problem is you. And you don't want to fix it.
Look in the mirror, motherfucker, it's you versus you.
There's no hacks, bro. It's you against you. You against you. And if you misunderstand that, you have a real problem.
What I had to understand was that you're not in competition with anybody but yourself.
Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today.
Let's face it, it's you against you out there.
I just beat me. This ain't about nobody else. I don't give a fuck about nobody else. I just beat me.
In the battle, you find peace. When you go to war with yourself, you find a lot of peace. Because you know exactly who you are.
If I can keep beating myself, pause, if I can keep doing that, then that means that I'm in a battle with the only person that fucking makes sense.
When you don't have a person to compete with, you need to make that person. It'll help you work when you're tired.
Manipulation is when they blame you for your reaction to their toxic behavior, but never discuss their disrespect that triggered you.
Why would you not go for it? Why would you not take a chance? At one point in time, you got to take a chance on you.
If I was to quit rapping and I said I want to go to the NBA, I would be in the NBA.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
Why would you think you could make it to the NBA?
Because I think I can do anything.
There's a certain delusional quality that all successful people have to have. You have to believe that something different can happen. Honestly, as I can say it to you, I truly believe that I could be the president if I wanted to.
400 trillion to 1. When you understand that math, how can't you live your life? That's how rare it is to be a human being. You've been given this ridiculous triple miracle. Like you're literally more likely to win the lotto 10 times in your life than actually have a life. I'm asking you, I'm promising you, please take this swing. You've got one at bat, 400 trillion to 1. Please do something about it.
Guys, one day, you gotta graduate life. You can't always be the pupil, you gotta be the master. You gotta be the guy that's creating the material for others to try to study from. Mentally, you must believe it before you physically start it. Stop sitting back saying, yeah, man, that'd be cool, I wanna be this, I wanna be that. Grab your nuts and be it.
You know what's crazy? You know you could be the one if you really wanted to, right? You know that, right? But see, you keep playing the what if game. What if it don't work out this? What if it don't work out that? But what if it do? What if it do work out? Then what? You gonna be happy, right? You can't say you wanna win, but then you scared to lose. What kind of sense does that make? If you put your head down and lock in on the vision, how could you not win? Only thing that's gonna cause you to lose is your mentality. But that's between you and you, though.
You're always afraid to take the first step because all you see is every negative thing 10 miles down the road. But you can do anything you want. You are bound by nothing. What are you passionate about? What do you want?
It's not a bad thing to be unique. It's not a bad thing to be different. It's not a bad thing to be comfortable with yourself, regardless of what everybody else around you is doing.
You are a phenomenon. You are unique. Your DNA has never occurred in the history of the universe. It will never occur in the future. You are one of a kind. So that is your source of power. To waste that is just the worst thing you can do in your life. And what the power is finding that uniqueness.
Anything in life that you put your mind to, you can do. The world is your oyster. That's all I tell people. It's this and it's heaven. While you're on earth, you got to take advantage of this. And that doesn't mean for everybody to be a rapper, for everybody to be a producer. Do what you do to the fullest and live your life.
Find something. Find a thing that you genuinely enjoy, because getting good at things you genuinely enjoy is extremely beneficial for young people. Everybody thinks they're a loser. Every young person thinks they're a loser. At least a young person in the situation I was at. I didn't know I wasn't a loser until I started